Thank you for remaining with us. Last week, we brought you students from two states of the Federation, Adamawa and Imo State. And of course, Imo State won Adamawa State with a distant 36 points and left Adamawa State at 20 points. Today, we are having students from Cross River and Ondo. How brilliant can they get? Who is going to top the day? Well, I don't know. You just have to stay tuned to find out. All right, now let me hand over to our moderator, Moji OK Bukola, to take it up from here.
Via at home, you are welcome to the third episode of the 19th National Jazz Competition taking place in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. With me in the studio, to my left, are Jets from Cross River State. Introduce yourselves, please.
My name is Dibia Kechiko Timeze from Cross River State.
My name is Mokut Joshua Bassi from Cross River State.
My name is Udobang Vishladiko from Government Secondary School Wanse, Cross River State.
My name is Okun Lawrence from Government Secondary School Wanse, Cross River State.
And to my right, there are Jets from Ondo State in the pink corner.
My name is Olaomelu Afisayo from Ondo State.
My name is Akiwande Akimboboye from Greater Tomorrow International College, Arigidi Akoko, Ondo State.
My name is Akinam Asimi from Ondo State.
My name is Omoni Anjolawa from Oma Secondary School, Ondo State.
To assist me today are the subject experts: agricultural science, Lola Ayo; biology, Fumi Olugbodi; chemistry, Bose Agbato; mathematics, Ernest Courier; physics, Frank Olie; technology, Charles Owolabi. Our timekeeper, as usual, is Mohammed Saliu, and the scorer is Dukpe Aminolai. The episode is also in 2 rounds, and the first round features questions from agricultural science, biology, and chemistry. Cross River, can you take your question in agricultural science?
Question 2.
Question number 2. Which of the following animals has its oestrus or its period influenced by day length? A, cow; B, ewe; and C, rabbit.
Rabbit. Sorry, EU.
Give me one answer, please.
B, EU.
Correct. The answer is ewe. That is the female sheep. Ondo State, your question in agricultural science.
Question 3.
Question number 3. Which of the following hormones is antagonistic to milk letdown? A, estrogen; B, progesterone; and C, adrenaline.
B, progesterone.
Correct. B, 4 points. Ondo State, your second question, please.
Question 4.
Question number 4. In artificial insemination program, animals whose semen is generally used fresh to serve the female is A, goat; B, cattle; and C, swine.
Cattle.
Your answer is wrong. It is C, swine. Your second question, Cross River.
Question 5.
Question number 5. The greatest pest of oil palm seedlings is A, grasshopper; B, monkeys; and C, rats.
Monkeys. Sorry, rat.
What is your answer?
C, rat.
C, rats, correct. Ondo State, your question in biology. Your first question in biology.
Question 3.
Question number 3. The scientist who discovered the honeycomb structure of the cell was A. Robert Hooke, B. Matthias Schleding, and C. Louis Pasteur.
A. Robert Hooke.
Correct. Robert Hooke. Cross River, your question in biology.
Question 2.
Question number 2. Which of the following processes will not introduce carbon dioxide into the atmosphere? That is carbon 4 oxide. A, respiration, B, photosynthesis, and C, breathing.
B. Photosynthesis.
B, photosynthesis is correct. Your second question in biology, please.
Question 1.
Question number 1. Plants that survive in the desert are called A, hydrophytes, B, neophytes, and C, xerophytes.
C. Xerophyte.
C, xerophytes, correct. The last question in biology.
Question 6.
Question number 6. Liquid waste are removed in paramecium through the A, anal pore, B, gullet, C, contractile vacuole. 4 points. Your second question in chemistry.
Question 4.
Question number 4. The energy conversion in an electrolytic cell is A, electrical to chemical, B, chemical to electrical, and C, chemical to mechanical.
B. Chemical to electrical.
Your answer is wrong. It is electrical to chemical. No point to Cross River. Ondo State, your question.
Question 5.
A solution of pH 7 is A, acidic, B, alkaline, C, neutral.
C. Neutral.
Correct. 4 points to Ondo State. We have come to the end of the first round of this contest. I'll hand you over to the scorer to give us the scores so far.
We have come to the end of the first round. We have Cross River State, 20 points. And Ondo State, 20 points.
Welcome back to the second round of the contest, mathematics. Cross River, can you take your question, please?
Question 1.
Question number 1. Given that x plus 1, x plus 3, and x plus 7 are consecutive terms of GP, find the value of 2x. A, 2, B, 4, and C, 6. Your answer is wrong. Your answer is wrong. You said C, and that is 6. You said 2 after the bell had gone. No point to Cross River. Ondo State, your question, please.
Question 2.
Question number 2. The diagonals PR and QS of a rhombus PQRS are 16 centimeters and 12 centimeters long, respectively. Find the area of the rhombus. A, 36 cm cubed, B, 60 cm cubed, and C, 96 cm cubed.
96 cm cube.
Correct. 4 points to Ondo State. Ondo State, your second question in mathematics, please.
Question 5.
Question number 5. P and Q are 2 sets. N into PUQ equals 49. N into P equals 22, and N into Q equals 34. What is N into P and Q? A, 15, B, 12, and C, 7.
Seven.
Correct. 4 points to Ondo State. Cross River, your second question in mathematics.
Question 3.
Question number 3. By selling a crate of eggs for 600 naira, a dealer makes a profit of 50%. What is the cost price? A, 300, B, 400, and C, 450.
400 naira.
Your answer is correct. 4 points to Cross River State. Ondo State, your question in physics.
Question 2.
Question number 2. An electric current of 5 amperes flows through an electric coil of resistance 10 ohms for 10 minutes. What is the heat produced in the coil? A, 500 joules, B, 3,000 joules, C, 150,000 joules.
$3,000 joules.
Your answer is wrong. The answer is C, 150,000 joules. Cross River State, your question, physics.
Question 3.
Question number 3. A spring of force constant, 40 newtons, m raised to -1, is straight 2 centimeters. What is the work done on the spring? A, 8 times 10 raised to -3 joules. B, 1.6 times 10 raised to power 2 joules. And C, 8 times 10 raised to power 2 joules. Correct. 4 points to Cross River State. Your last question in physics, Cross River.
Question 1.
Question number 1. Calculate the current flowing through a 4 ohm resistor when a potential difference of 6 volts is applied across it. A, 0.67 ampere, B, 1.5 ampere, and C, 2.5 ampere.
1.5 amperes.
Correct. 4 points to Cross River State. Your last question in physics, Ondo State.
Question 6.
Question number 6. An object is placed between 2 plane mirrors which are inclined at an angle of 60 degrees to each other. How many images will these mirrors display? A, 3, B, 4, and C, 5.
5 images.
Correct. 4 points to Ondo State. Technology. Cross River State. Your question, please.
Question 2.
Question number 2. The following equipment are found in the substation except A, feeder pillar, B, generating control panel, and C, switch gear.
B, generating control panel.
4 points to Cross River State. Ondo State, your question in technology.
Question 2.
Question number 2. A hydroelectric power station produces electricity from A, dialysis, B, nuclear, C, water.
C, water.
4 points to Ondo State. Ondo State, your last question in technology.
Question 6.
The term conductivity may be defined as the reciprocal of A, power, B, resistivity, and C, voltage.
B, resistivity.
Correct. 4 points to Ondo State. Your last question in technology, Cross River.
Question 5.
Question number 5. Which of the following is not a protective device? A, cartridge fuse. B, changeover switch. And C, circuit breaker.
C, circuit breaker. Sorry, B, changeover switch. B, changeover.
A.
B, changeover switch.
Give me one answer, please.
B, changeover switch.
Correct. 4 points to Cross River State. We have come to the end of this episode. I'll hand you over to the scorer to give us the scores at the end of this second round and then the total score for the whole episode.
At the end of this second round, we have Cross River State with 20 points. Then we have Ondo State with 20 points. Then at the end of this episode, we have Cross River State with total point of 40 points. Ondo State with total of 40 points.
At the end of the second round, the total scores for the two states, they are tallying at 40 points each. We have come to the end of the round, and I'll see you again next week.
Wow, I told you it's going to be a very difficult contest. It's the contest of the best of brains from both states, leaving the scores at 40, 40. 40 for Cross River and, of course, for Ondo. To know details of what is going to happen next, join us next week on this same program. My name is Cecil Egbele. See you next week.
Our programs are getting better and fresher. And it's because we are thinking about you. NTA, it's all about you.
The finals of the Men and Women African Cup of Nations. It's always frenetic. On days such as this, there are no tribes, no religion. Here, Nigerian warriors are out to represent, to show the skills that makes us the best. On days like this, the color is one. The color is green. When we get the job done, it is because we have stuck together. When we celebrate, we stand together. Nigerians, united in victory. We are Nigerians. We are one.
Our programs are getting better and fresher. And it's because we are thinking about you. NTA. It's all about you.
Festival. The festival is celebrated annually by the Igede people and their well-wishers across the globe every first day of Ihigile market in the month of September to usher in new yams.
The Igede people are culture bound. They live by their culture. And one of those things that they really celebrate is to remember their ancestral father. We are great farmers. The Igede people are great farmers. And they celebrate the yam. The king of the farm produce is, of course, yam. We celebrate it.
First of all, I want to make it clear that Igedagba Yam Festival celebration has nothing to do with pagan celebration. It is not fetish. It is purely a cultural display. And this is a period when illustrious sons and daughters of Igede, both in diaspora and nationally, come home. And this is also a period when the people who live within the villages are able to quickly ask for help from their sons who have distinguished themselves in one area or the other. So this period reflects community development effort.
Apart from the celebration of bountiful harvest, which is mostly yams, the Igede Agba Yam Festival provides the people with the opportunity of uniting together and charting a common cause. The festival has evolved over time to identify illustrious sons and daughters who distinguish themselves in various areas, including community development. Like other ethnic groups in Nigeria, the Igede people are endowed with different cultural dances that spice up the festival.
Given the unique qualities that God has given us. And some of these qualities involves hard work, honesty, transparency, and happiness. So given those attributes, I'm happy to be an Igede man.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Our programs are getting better and fresher. And it's because we are thinking about you. NTA, it's all about you.
I am God on a mic to recite poetry. I'm never skeptical. My words are like electrical when they pass through your brain. It's ill, Master Chief. No time for games.
I am the curse that is blessed. I am older and smarter than I am. I dig words like diamonds, sapphires, and pearls. From my deep thoughts to listening ears, I am blue blood.
I am black. I am white. And still, what I am is not a color. Don't holler. I am in everybody's body. I am DNA. You can't wish it away.
I am she. Don't forget the dough. You still have to call me Ma. I am dough, she, Ma. Spoken word it is on the Nigerian Television Authority. Keep it locked.
D. Charlie, the producer.
Blue blood.
Yes.
That's the name. It's good to have you on Spoken Word.
Thank you very much.
You know, when I actually heard the name Blue Blood, it's like, Blue Blood, what's that? You know, it's a kind of name that when you hear it, you just don't digest it. You get to find out what is Blue Blood. So I ask.
Now, Blue Blood is a name I coined for myself when I was in junior secondary school, because I felt I should belong to the noble class, even though I wasn't born in a palace. Means nobility, means royalty. Person in charge, person leading a pack, leading a group.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, Blue Blood has to do with royalty.
So you're a leader of a group?
Not particularly, I just see myself as a leader.
That's interesting. I like that positive mind. You know, when you actually have a positive mindset, there's nothing you can't do. Because when you're determined and you're consistent, you'll definitely achieve all your aim.
Definitely.
So who is Blue Blood?
My name is, the real name is Chingin Nenbunka. Gas by tribe of Kanki local government of this Plateau State. I'm a creative human being. I think that's God-given. I'm able to use my hands to make a lot of crafts and creative stuff. Yes. Being a fashionista, a spoken wordist, a writer, a painter, an artist. So I'm an all-around artist.
You're all in one box, you know, doing magic in the box. Just dishing it out, you know, to the society and all that. Before we move on, Blue Blood, I am itching to actually listen to one of your plays. Can you just do one for us?
This is unwritten. It's never been spoken. It is new. It is fresh, straight from the depths of my mind, my soul, my innermost thoughts. Like I'm lost with myself on the mountain tops, on the rocks in this city of rocks. Manufacturing words, blessed with the mouth, and encouraged me. So I built on that. And even after leaving secondary school, I had to keep visiting fine art books and improving myself. Now, along the road, I got admission to study English. I still did that. and it helps to broaden my horizon. It helps shape my thinking.
Okay.
And I've also looked at it that since I'm creative and then there are many avenues I can express myself, I've had this flair for fashion. So after my youth service, I decided to go into fashion as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Spoken word for you, when did it start?
I think I've been doing spoken words since around 2006 and 7. That's when I decided that it was spoken words, based on some of these mentors I had that encouraged me to continue what I was doing. They actually noticed that I was more poetic in my rap, and I had to just withdraw and make it completely poetry. Spoken words. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. When you have dreams, it's better to realize them than to let them die, and you work very hard to realize those dreams. Yes, so I'm sure you won't relent. You are your own style of spoken word is actually at the spur of the moment. It just comes up and then you do it.
Yes, I prefer it to be instant, just the way as my painting is. I prefer them to be instantaneous. It's more challenging and then it develops me better.
So if you have to go into making your videos and all that, how do you intend to gather them back?
Situations like now, I prefer to be instant, or when I'm on stage. But once I'm recording, I make the poems longer, so I usually write them. Okay. So they get longer than this.
Okay, so right now you have written poems?
Yes, I've written poems.
That are down?
They are down.
Down, right.
Some are recorded.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, but you don't recite those written poems?
I hardly.
Okay.
Yes, I hardly.
You hardly recite them, except
yes.
You have them with you?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So what you do is, for events and for me, for them, you just bring up something.
Yeah.
So talking about instant performances, I'm sure you want to do a piece for Nigeria.
Why not?
Okay.
Nigeria, the land of many resources, full of dreams, aspirations of its people. Nigeria, beautiful beyond measure. A fine picture painted, perfect picture depicted. I want to paint, I need some brushes. I need a canvas, an easel. Let me paint a picture of the future of this great country, the giant of Africa. Land of opportunities and dreams, although seems to be shattered by scavengers, predators against praise. But soon, the hunter will be hunted by its own prey, and Nigeria shall be great again.
Amen to that, because that is actually a prayer. Amen. Amen to that. Yeah. We actually pray that Nigeria will be great. Will we restore its past glory? Wow. Are you not amazing?
Thank you very much.
Nice. So all you need to do now is just take your paint and your brush and your canvas, your
easel,
and what?
My easel.
And your easel.
Yeah.
And just paint
a picture of the future.
Now talking about the future of Nigeria, what do you really think about the future of Nigeria?
Well, actually, it's very uncertain, but we're hopeful. The youths of Nigeria are hopeful, although things don't seem to go the way Nigerians expect, but we're still hopeful. We're not losing hope because this is the only land we have. We have to survive in it, we have to protect it and make it work, by all means.
You know, when I was actually going through your profile, I saw rap too.
Yes, I do rap.
And the rap is the joy of spoken word. So,
yes, at an early stage in my life, I got to like rap because I had these people around me that play a lot of rap. And I had this, my early influences were people like teaching tailoring and fashion.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. So that's to say your passion for tailoring is actually very tight.
Very, very tight. That's where my interest has been since my school days. I've always had that interest and flair for clothing.
Okay.
I'm built for competition. I feel as long as my work is good, it will speak for itself. And I know there are a lot of good fashionistas out there, but I'm ready. Let's compete.
You're ready. I like that. You have a very positive spirit. And you know, when you have a positive spirit, you actually can get to where your heart, your mind, your body, your soul desires you to get to. And that's actually what we wish for you.
Thank you very much.
Blue Blood. When I come back to Jos, and Blue Blood has actually infused tailoring, painting, spoken word all together. Is this possible?
Creativity is universal. The creative mind is capable of doing a lot of crafts, so I've decided that all the things I have to be doing will be in line with creativity. Now, for spoken word, spoken word is something that I can just instantly give it out. I can write it down, but it doesn't take a lot of my time. And in this part of the country, spoken word may not feed me, actually. So I have to switch to something that can feed me, feed the family and people close to me, as well as improve the economy as well.
I have learned a lot sitting here and talking with you. I hope when next we come in, we'll find you in Jos.
My pleasure, you will.
Okay, you don't intend to run out when you've made all the name and all that.
I don't think I will. I don't think I have legs for that.
Okay.
We prefer to be in Jos and then let the world come and find us.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Blue Blood. Thanks for giving us your time.
Thank you for having me.
Before we go, I'm sure you want to do one more last piece for us. Maybe for us.
The NTA crew. So resilient and strong in what they do. They traverse the length and breadth of this nation, going to unimaginable places, trekking unknown destinations to get information, to talk to people and expose these things to the world, to see. Even for blind eyes would see the screen capturing details of beautiful, innovative, and many other good things. Strong and resilient they are. Strong hands on the cameras. Strong ladies, strong men. Strong and resilient. Strong and resilient.
I am God on a mic to recite poetry. I'm never skeptical. My words are like electrical when they pass through your brain. It's ill, Master Chief. No time for games.
I am the curse that is blessed. I am older and smarter than I am. I dig words like diamonds, sapphires and pearls. From my deep thoughts to listening ears, I am Blue Blood.
I am black. I am white. And still, what I am is not a color. Don't holler. I am in everybody's body. I am DNA. You can't wish it away.
I am she. Don't forget the dough. You still have to call me Ma. I am dough, she, Ma. Spoken word it is on the Nigerian Television Authority. Keep it locked.
D. Charlie, the producer.
Life is a mirror and it reflects what you want to be. Who you are is what you see in that mirror. That's the story of Blue Blood, the young man we just finished his interview. He actually believes that he has royalty flowing down his blood. And that is why he's Blue Blood. Anyone can aspire to be who he wants to be. It's just about you believing in yourself, believing in your environment, being consistent, and then the sky will definitely be your starting point. Welcome to another episode of Spoken Word on the Nigerian Television Authority, the NTA. My name, like every day, is Toshima Pius Ikeravi. Dance is a form of entertainment, no doubt. But But it's not just to entertain you. It is also a piece of art that tells a story. thank you very much as we draw the curtains here and say goodbye for this week. I'm looking forward to seeing you again next week on another episode of Spoken Word with love from Joss on the rocks. Hey! Joss on the rocks. You know, there's no way you come to Joss and you'll not enjoy the rocks. And so, from Joss on the rocks, I say, do have a blessed day.
You are watching NTA, Nigerian Television Authority. For more information and news updates, visit our website at www.nta.
This is NTA International.
The history of cocoa dates back to 1874 when the crop was introduced into the country by the late Chief Squeeze Ibanugo. The crop, which originated from South America, was exported from the country for the first time in 1910. The 3,000 metric tons consignment marks the arrival of Nigeria in the international cocoa markets. The cultivation of cocoa as a major cash crop for the nation then witnessed a steady increase over the years, with the country recording an historic feat in the 1970-1971 cocoa season, when a total of 307,000 metric tons, which was about 20% of the world cocoa supply, was exported from the country. This remarkable feat underscored the importance of the nation as a major player in world cocoa production. The commodity was, however, not spared the adverse effects of the neglect of the agricultural sector following the discovery of crude oil. Indeed, there is no gainsaying the fact that the cocoa transformation agenda will surely help the nation to reclaim its lost glory in the world cocoa market. It will equally ensure that the crop retains its pole position as the next highest foreign exchange earner after crude oil.
Every year, tourists from the world over troop to Nigeria in their thousands to experience firsthand. NTA International News.
Federal government holds council meeting with leadership of 6 oil-producing states of Nigeria. Leadership of the National Assembly takes steps to strengthen Nigeria's electoral laws before the end of 2016. Federal Ministry of Agriculture holds retreats on livestock and dairy products to save foreign exchange for the country and meet the needs of Nigerians. Hello there, it's nice to have you join us on the news on NTA International. I am Shegun Lawale. The federal government has held a crucial meeting with the 6 governors of oil-producing states. There are governors of Abia, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, Ondo, and Rivers State. The meeting, chaired by Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, has the higher-ranking security officers of the nation in attendance, including Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Ibe Kachuku and the Minister of Niger Delta. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports that though the reason for the meeting has not been made public, activities of a terror group in the Niger Delta region must have been at the front burner.
One thing that we have identified as the synergy between the federal government and the state is very important, and this meeting actually has revealed a lot of issues, and we believe that the collaboration between the federal government and the states will help us to tackle the issues in the Niger Delta. Of course, we were briefed by the service chiefs, and the governors also gave their various perspectives along with the Minister of State for Petroleum, and we've taken a lot of decisions which we think will help us to mitigate on what is going on currently in states, particularly Delta and Bayelsa, and we believe that we are going to find solutions very soon. One of such is that there's the need for us to share intelligence, which is very important, and for us to be proactive, working together, the states and the officers on ground in the various states to achieve a better result going forward. And then we also have agreed that there is a need to de-scale military operations directly in communities, but the military need to actually remain on our waterways and ensure that we adequately man the waterways itself while we engage the communities, and that engagement process is starting any moment from now.
And turning to legislative matters, the National Assembly has held a summit with the theme Legislating for Electoral Reform as part of its determination to strengthen the country's electoral laws before the end of this year. Senate President Bukola Saraki said the summit aims at incorporating, among other issues, the use of modern electronic devices in the electoral process. National Assembly correspondent Abdullahi Ramino reports.
The summit was characterized by observations, comments and issues requiring clarification about the mandate of the Independent National Electoral Commission and the Electoral Act, the role of security agencies to ensure peaceful atmosphere for election, use of card reader among other modern technological devices, and early conduct of primary election by political parties were also raised for amendment.
Is determined to provide the missing gap that will be necessary to put the system right.
We must do everything within our powers to perfect our elections.
Presentations were made at the technical session of the summit by the Chairman Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, on improving elections administration and management, as well as a senior lawyer, Festus Okoye.
There must be sanctions for violators, because for as long as we don't tackle violence in our elections, we'll continue to have challenges with the sustenance and stabilization of our democracy.
We are now going to look at all the areas that need reform
and suggest either we should have an all-encompassing reform process.
With 1,087 remaining days for the conduct of 2019 general elections, according to INEC calendar, the electoral reform is to, among other things, achieve timely and comprehensive amendments. From the National Assembly, Abdullahi Aminu, NTA News.
As both the federal and Borno state governments intensify efforts towards the rebuilding and resettling communities affected by insurgency, the people of Goza have been assured of adequate support and assistance by the federal government to enable them resume normal life. Senate leader Alin Dome gave the assurance while on a visit to Goza. Gumzo Bukar reports.
Goza town is one among the several local government areas in the state devastated by activities of Boko Haram insurgents, leaving the people to seek refuge in Maiduguri and other surrounding areas for safety. With the liberation of the area by the Nigerian army and the return of peace, most of the internally displaced persons have returned to their community to resume normal life. This prompted the visit of the senator to assess possible assistance to the people. He met with the people and also visited places such as Government Secondary School Village, General Hospital Goza, where reconstruction work is going on, as well as the Emir's Palace. He informed the people he was in the area to sympathize with them and urged them to take solace in Allah. The senator disclosed that the Nigerian army is working towards the reopening of the Goza-Madagali road and called on those at IDP camps to return home as the area is now safe so as to benefit more from government's gesture. He said President Muhammadu Buhari has promised to send some relief items to all those affected by insurgency, promising to bring their share himself, and presented money to be shared among the people. Malam Buba Guduf, on behalf of the people of Goza, thanked the senator for the gesture and prayed God for peace to reign in the state. In Maiduguri, Yagum Subukar, NTA News.
Plateau State Governor Simon Lalong has promised that his administration will leverage on the current television broadcast revolution going on in the state, which served as the pilot takeoff of digital television in Nigeria to promote enduring peace in the state. The governor was speaking when Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed, alongside members of the Ministerial Task Force on Digitization, visited him at Government House, Jos. Anthony Forsen reports.
As the host state for the pilot switchover project, Plateau State has made another mark in television broadcasting in Nigeria. It is against this background that the governor, Simon Lalong, said the choice to use Plateau for the flag off wouldn't have come at a better time than now that peace has returned to the Plateau. And therefore his administration will catch on it to further promote sustainable peace given the power of television in that direction.
On our part, we're taking it seriously. I've asked the Commissioner for Information to also start processing for the advantage of the citizens here on the plateau. Because even if they cannot afford, we are preparing to subsidize for them. We are going back to the old plateau of home of peace and tourism.
Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed, while expressing gratitude for the support they got from the state government to reach this far, assured that in the next few weeks, the entire Plateau State will be covered with digital television transmission.
We think it's only proper, especially given the kind of cooperation we have received from Plateau State, and given also the immense benefit that the states will derive from this process, because part of the advantages that it is interactive, which will further help in deepening democracy and will further help in bringing governance nearer the people of Plateau State.
Before leaving Jos, the minister was guest on a live radio program at the Plateau Radio and Television Corporation, where he again assured the people of Plateau the benefits of the digitization project. The minister was later conducted around the station where he inspected facilities. Plateau Radio Television Corporation has the mandate to provide information, education and entertainment through radio and television services. In Jos, Anthony Forsen, NTA News.
Minister of Science and Technology Ogbonayono says the federal government will support any initiative that will complement the economic diversification policy of the administration. He stated this at the launch of the 2016 clinical trial African Vision 2020, which has yielded about $1 trillion as proceeds.
Device testing begin with extensive laboratory research, which can involve years of experiments in animals and human cells. These trials are conducted to collect data regarding the safety and efficacy of new drug and device development before they are sold in markets. The contribution of clinical trial experts say has hit about $1 trillion in the recent time. In following the economic reality of the need to diversify the nation's economy, these experts converged on Abuja to launch the clinical trial African Vision 2020, aimed at positioning all Africa on the global clinical trial map.
Summit open. We have so much capacity in Nigeria, and if we rely on what we can do for ourselves as a people, we will build a very strong economy, one of the strongest in the world.
It is a way for us to diversify our economy. It improves the healthcare sector, both capacity building for those who are involved, as well as the patients will benefit from the clinical trial process.
Nigeria has been ready, yes. We have effective infrastructure in place to regulate clinical trial enterprise.
The Clinical Trial Africa Vision 2020 initiative provides enabling environment for clinical research to thrive in the African region. Adebola, Brooksland Sunday, NTA News.
A book chronicling the 365 days of political change in Nigeria and the prospects of the APC-led government has been made public in Abuja. Joseph Orok reports.
The 359-page book reveals the remarkable achievements and accomplishments of the Buhari-led APC administration in the first 365 days in office, efforts of the APC governors in contributing towards achieving the change initiatives of the APC-led federal governments.
To stress the need for all Nigerians to give government the needed support and prayers so that together we can build the Nigeria of our dream.
Buhari is the leader. We must imbibe his vision. We must follow his footsteps.
As we present this book to the public today, let us join hands together with comrades in propagating the ideas contained in the book. The author spoke on the essence of the book.
To me, security is the most important thing. And as a nation, that corruption has become the bane of our development. So if we have a government that is now ready and willing to tackle corruption head on, I think we are on the path to greatness.
The author had in 2014 published his first book titled 101 Reasons Why APC Should Form the Next National Government. Joseph Orok, NTA News.
There are indications that the People's Democratic Party PDP's crisis may soon be over, as the caretaker chairman, Senator Ahmed McCarthy, has formally taken over the affairs of the party at the Abuja headquarters after a amicable resolution of issues. Edina Justice reports that PDP former National Deputy Chairman Uche Secondos and BOT Chairman Senator Wahid Jibrin officially handed over the PDP Secretariat to the new caretaker chairman.
The former handing over ceremony, though brief, was well attended by the party stalwarts. The former Deputy National Chairman of the party, Uche Secondo, said it was a demonstration of the party's ability to settle its internal crises and that they have come out more united and stronger.
BOP is intact. We are not divided. This party is ready to capture power to make official handover to legitimate person to run the activities of this party.
When the whole world will witness that internal mechanism for reconciliation work.
The Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu affirmed that the event was a new dawn for the PDP.
We have just acquired a new spirit of togetherness, spirit of love.
We also need PDP. If there's anything PDP knows how to do this, is bringing this country together.
They equally took some minutes to pray for the health of President Muhammadu Buhari and the unity
of the nation. The crisis in the party climaxed last month with the concerned members holding simultaneously conventions in Abuja and Port Harcourt, where Senator Ahmad Makarfi emerged as caretaker committee chairman. In Abuja, Edino Justice, NTA News.
And now to judicial matter, the Electoral Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja has dismissed the petition of the immediate past governor of Kogi State, Captain Idris Wada, contesting the November 21 and December 5, 2015 governorship election in the state. Chairman of the tribunal, Justice Alima Muhammad, in her judgment, said the petition lacks merit. Isaac Nkuma reports.
Former Governor Idris Wada of the People's Democratic Party had prayed the Justice Halima Mohammed-led three-member tribunal to invalidate the process that led to the emergence of Yahaya Bello as governor of Kogi State in the 2015 gubernatorial race in what he termed gross irregularities during the polls. Ruling on the matter, chairman of the tribunal, Justice Halima Mohammed, held that Captain Wada did not participate in the primaries of the All Progressives Congress and so lacks the local standing to challenge the nomination of Yahaya Bello as the party's candidate following the demise of Prince Abubakar Audu.
The only crux of their complaint is that electoral votes are not heritable by candidates of the party who are substituted. And ably, the tribunal demonstrated with cogent and convincing legal authorities and law that election votes cast at election are for the parties and not for candidates, because on the ballot paper it's only the insignia of the parties that are contained therein. So it is after a party must have won an election that his candidate is entitled to be declared in that election.
I am not satisfied, my clients are not satisfied with the outcome of this judgment. And I've already given an indication. It's a ladder of 3 rungs. This is just the first rung. There are second and the third. And if we have to get to the Supreme Court, we will go to Supreme Court.
Captain Wada was the governorship candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2015 elections and had been in office for 4 years leading to the election. In Abuja, Isaac Nkuma, NTA News.
This is the news on NTA International, reaching you from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. We shall be back with more news after this break. Stay with us.
If you hear a bomb explosion or gunshots of an active shooter, that might be a terror attack. At such times, always remember 3 action words. Run, hide, report. Don't try to run towards the terror scene to save the situation, because there might be a second bomb blast or another attack. Run far away and take cover. Make sure you are safe first. Yes, it is in our nature to sympathize over the hurt, but remember, only trained personnel can help in such situations. When in a secured environment, promptly call relevant authorities and help will come. For anonymous reporting, call 09630-3250-5 or 0813-2222-106. If you see something, say something. Nigeria unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Thanks for joining us again. The federal government has raised concern over the huge amount of money spent on importation of milk and other dairy products to meet the country's need, in spite of Nigeria being the largest producer of livestock in sub-Saharan Africa. It is in the light of this that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture organized a retreat on livestock and dairy deployment with a view to finding ways of closing the gap between demand and supply of protein and milk in Nigeria. Musa Aliyu reports.
The current statistics released by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture indicates that Nigeria is housing over 140 million populations of livestock. In spite of this, however, Nigeria spent over $1.3 billion annually on importation of meat, milk. Investigations show that the majority of the livestock population in the country are kept by pastoralists and smallholder producers, thereby affecting their milk production, which is put at 1 liter a day against the expected 7 liters per day.
Why do we spend $1.3 billion a year importing
Nutrition items such as vehicle, tricycle, grinding and sewing machines were presented to various beneficiaries. The lawmaker said the empowerment is meant to reduce the effect of insurgency on the constituency.
Ask the beneficiaries of these items to make an appropriate usage of the vehicles in transporting you to farms as at the raining season that has just commenced. That will be ready.
Here is how other commodities fared this Tuesday on the global market. That does it on business news. The news continues.
Thank you, Moplan. And for news trending across the globe, Obiageli Ugwoke is standing by.
The EU is set to present a new aid plan to curb the influx of African migrants via Libya, building on the deal it reached with Turkey in March. The European Commission will boost partnership with 9 countries in the Middle East and Africa, including Jordan, Libya, Ethiopia and Nigeria. And on U.S. politics, reports say Hillary Clinton has clinched the Democratic nomination for U.S. president after reaching the required number of deaths. The count puts Mrs. Clinton on 2,383, the number needed to make her the presumptive nominee. She will become the first female nominee for a major U.S. political party. But rival Bernie Sanders said Mrs. Clinton had not won as she was dependent on superdelegates who could not vote until July's party convention. The life in prison sentence imposed on British child rapist Richard Huckle has been criticized as too light in Malaysia, where he sexually abused scores of children and even babies. Huckle, 30, was sentenced in a London court on Monday to 22 years life in prison terms to be served concurrently. Huckle had admitted a total of 71 offenses against impoverished children in the Malaysian capital, Kuala Lumpur, while posing variously as a Christian volunteer, a student and a photographer. Obiageli Ugwoke, NTA News.
And our sports. Savannah Conference basketball playoffs continued in Abuja as coach Samson Siasia of Dream Team 6 sets to overhaul team ahead of 2016 Rio Olympics. Details of these and more on Sports Update with Ayodiji Makinde.
Savannah Conference Basketball Final 6 playoffs continued on Tuesday in Abuja. Plateau Peaks, which lost their first match on Monday to Kano Pillars, regained their form, beating Niger Porters 72 to 68 points. Coach Jacqueline Nyagwan of Plateau Peaks described the victory as a morale booster for the team.
When I called the last time out, I told you that this is the last chance. If you guys don't win now, that is it. So you need to fight, and that was what they did. They really played well and they played according to instructions.
The playoff started on Monday with Kano Pillars beating Plateau Peaks by 96 to 66 points. Niger Porters lost 65 to 67 points to Gombe Bulls, while Mark Mentors walked over Bauchi Nets. National Under-23 coach Samson Siasia says the team will be fortified with new invitees as they begin the final phase of preparations for the football event of the 2016 Rio Olympics. Siasia further stated that the four-nation tournament in Suwon, South Korea, where Nigeria finished third after beating Honduras 3-1 in the last game, shows that the team lacked the ability to defend very well. Britain's former boxing world heavyweight champion Lennox Lewis and actor Will Smith will be pallbearers at Muhammad Ali's funeral on Friday. Lennox Lewis became undisputed world heavyweight champion in 1999, while American Smith played Ali in the 2001 film which chronicled the life of the late boxing legend. The body of the late three-time boxing heavyweight champion Ali is now in his hometown of Louisville, Kentucky for Friday's funeral. With sports updates, Ayodiji Makinde, NTA News.
Let's now take a peep into Wednesday's weather in parts of Nigeria and some world cities. And that's the news on NTA International. Thanks for watching. I'm Shegun Lawole.
Nigeria unite against terrorism.
This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Have you been thinking about coming?
Our programs are getting better and fresher. And it's because we are thinking about you. NTA, it's all about you.
Gas pipelines are the arteries for powering electricity. When the artery is burst, then the entire system collapses. Vandalizing gas pipelines is a criminal offense against the Nigerian people. Let us join hands and protect our gas pipelines from the enemies of Nigeria. Report any suspected vandal to the security operatives. Let us stop vandals before they destroy our collective national heritage, so we can have the Nigeria of our dreams, where there will be light at all times. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA.
NTA Language. Jama'a masu kallon labaran NTA Hausa barkanmu da warhaka. Ni ne Ekukale lode yin wise kudede.
Igbo murum kachano. Broadcasting in the language you understand better. Our programs
Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, was mainly built in 1980s, and it officially became the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria in 1991. This is Window on Abuja, and you are welcome. My name is Fatima Umar Buba. Today on Window on Abuja, we are going to look at places of national importance, of national interest, and also places that have national symbolic representation here in the FCT. Well, you're welcome back. If you have just tuned in, this is Window on Abuja, and like I said earlier, we're focusing on places of national interest here in the FCT. Well, I'm standing right here at the center of Nigeria. When I mean center of Nigeria, I know what I mean, but let me take you to the actual place, you know, where it is said that it's the center of Nigeria.
And number 3, our food. Nigerians love to enjoy good food and have a great time. No matter the occasion, when invited for a party, gathering, or meeting, where fried rice, jollof rice, moi moi, and chicken is involved, or be it pounded yam, amala, with a variety of mouth-watering soups from egusi, ogbono, vegetable soup, ofa, white soup, eforiro, and you name it. Regardless of background, you can be sure that we Nigerians will always come together to enjoy our tasty delicacies. Number 2, our music. As Nigerians, we have a unique sense of rhythm, which easily binds us together and is reflected in our music. We are proud of our music and are very quick to express it. Just let one of our songs come on the radio, or on television, or even our ringtone, and you will find us busting out one shoki, sekim, or shokiti bobo amongst our many dance moves.
do you shaki 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 shaki. Put your hand down, head you left or right, shoulder bend you, like you leave something for them. Ubobo, Ilubade, Isiru Dolly, Nemili no get a molaye. Oya Shakiti Bobo, over a Bentley Bobo, over a Ferrari Bobo, fly you to Paris Bobo. Oya Shakiti Bobo, over a Bentley Bobo, over a Ferrari Bobo, fly you to Paris Bobo. Omo grab it, omo grab it, ha, oba meat, only lily oba meat, omo grab it, omo grab it.
And number one is our sense of comradeship. No matter where we are in the world, we are proud of our identity and easily pick out each other when we go overseas. If two Nigerians see each other at the supermarket, or on the squares in university, or at a gathering, whether they knew each other or not, we start acclimatizing, already giving each other handshakes, speaking pidgin, and finding about each other. When our Nigerian team is playing, you'll see us gathering together in bars, clubs, barbershops, cheering and chanting for them.
No matter what your language is, no matter what your religion is, no matter what your tribe is, when it comes to football, we speak in unison. We speak the same language. We love ourselves, we hug ourselves, we do things together. So it is that football that unites Nigerians together. And that's why Nigeria is an indivisible country.
We celebrate seeing a Nigerian footballer making waves in the different clubs, or a Nigerian entrepreneur being globally recognized in the business world. There's a Nigerian spirit that unites us, which we should take time to appreciate as we continually fan the flames of what connects us, binds us, and unites us as a people and as a nation.
Well, I'm right here at a very beautiful spot that has a national representation called the Eagle Square. Eagle Square was constructed in 1999 to serve as the official takeoff platform of the Fourth Republic of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Since then, it also serves as the symbolic representation of the transfer of power to the new government. Well, anything that has to do with national, event mostly happen here at the Eagle Square. Behind me is the Federal Secretariat, and to my right is the Centenary Tower, a beautiful tower still under construction though, and then to my left is where our fallen heroes are being remembered every year, talking about every January 15th. The president goes there and lays his wreath in respect and in honor of our great heroes that passed on because of our wonderful country, Nigeria. Well, now let's go to the streets to find out from the people of the FCT, talking about FCT residents, on how they feel about this beautiful national symbolic places.
I know National Assemblies,
okay,
Eagle Square, Central Bank,
okay,
and City Gates.
I know the National Assembly. I know Aso Rock. I know the City Gate. Probably I've heard of the City Gate.
But you've never?
But I've never been there. Even the National Assembly, I've never been there, but I heard of it. And I know it is in Abuja.
One important places I know in FCT is our National Library. But I can count many. There are so many. We have the museum where you can go, you see the wildlife. We have the National Mosque, National Christian Center. These are all important places. But paramount among them, to me, is the National Library. Why? Because National Library, this is where intellectualism is developed.
I know of the National Hospital, FCT Abuja here. Also know of the National Museum and the National Assembly?
Well, to me, National Hospital is one of the government places that I know very well. And it's a place that you go for treatment. No matter the type of problems, a lot of consultants, they are there. You get there, you get yourself being treated.
This is where you go, you upgrade, you see new books either through the internet or through the hard copies. You see them there. There is a saying that readers are leaders. Any nation that have forgotten about reading, definitely it will go into retrogression. It will retard, because presently we are in the computer age, whereby you need to upgrade and make sure that you are up to date.
Well, the National Museum is of national importance because that is where tourists from all over the world come. They come to see the different art, and most of the history or past history of Nigerians can be found over there.
This is the National Christian Center. It is also known as the National Economical Center, where Christians from within Abuja and outside Abuja come together to worship, and also national events such as the national prayer also take place in the National Economical Center here in the FCT. This is Abuja National Mosque, popularly known as the National Mosque, right here in Abuja. It is located at the central area. It is a place where Muslims come together to worship, most especially the Friday prayers. You know, it is said that Nigerians love God so much and we love to worship. We will now take a beautiful feature to show you more about Abuja and also our interview segment.
The Nigerian federal system comprises of three arms of government: the legislature, judiciary, and the executive. The National Assembly is a bicameral legislature established under Section 4 of the Nigerian Constitution. It consists of 109 senators in the upper chamber and 360 members in the House of Representatives, which is the lower chamber. Let's hear more about the importance of the National Assembly from our legislators.
Federal Capital Territory is the headquarters of Nigeria. That is the city where governance of the country takes place. It houses the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. The three arms of government are accommodated, so to say, in the Federal Capital Territory. So, when I say it is the headquarters, it means that it is the center of administration in Nigeria. Yes. When you talk of National Assembly, you are talking of the legislature, an arm of government that is charged with the constitutional responsibility of making laws on the good governance of the country. And it is so important that without a National Assembly, there will be no democracy. Actually, the legislature is the symbol of democracy upon which the rule of law is based on. And in advanced democracies, it is the legislature that even determines the executive. For example, in UK, the Prime Minister normally comes from the executive immediately after the election, and the majority party will pick a member of the legislature and make him Prime Minister. So he becomes the executive. At the same time, he is also a member of the legislature. So that's what is obtained in UK. So as I said earlier, the National Assembly makes laws for the good governance of the country. Already come out an agenda upon which we will act upon, and we will make sure that within the 4 years of our tenure, we make laws that will impact positively on the lives of Nigerians. And in particular, we will concentrate on laws that will make it possible for the executive to create jobs for Nigerians, because there is higher rate of unemployment. And the Senate is very concerned with the unemployment situation in the country, where more than 70% of the youth that graduated from our educational institutions are unemployed. So, and not only that, there is also higher incidence of poverty in the country. Based on the UNDP report, over 70% of Nigerians are said to be poor. And even the National Bureau of Statistics, an agency charged with the responsibility of taking stock of what the country is, the situation in the country, has come out to embrace this figure. This, to say the least, is alarming. And we are very concerned with this ugly situation. We will do our very best within the 4 years of our tenure to reverse this trend.
Our primary objective is to at least, we are there to checkmate the executive arm of government. That's one of the cardinal roles of the House of Representatives. Secondly, in carrying out our oversight functions and being able to put in place the structures for good governance, the structures for delivering the dividends of democracy to our people, and also the structures there for us to be able to make good laws that will affect positively to the people of Nigeria. They have, for starters, they gave me their mandate for the State of Assembly, ELF Constituency 2, and I contested for the Federal House. Totally, ELA 1 and 2 unanimously gave me their mandate too. So, having said that, quality representation, normal, every House of Representative member will say that they are here to represent their people. I'm here to do the same. But in looking further, I'm looking beyond the usual norms of representations, which is bringing in boreholes, but I'm not into that.
Okay.
I'm looking further to establishing healthcare system that is feasible and sustainable. Well, for me, there's a change of government, and obviously the previous administration have different objectives and different modus operandi. So we are now in a new government who they also have their own. So we are watching and we are looking at them. And I'm asking and pleading Nigerians to at least exercise a little bit of patience. That time will tell if this government means well for our people. And take it into account again of what is going on as of today, which is the fight against corruption. I pray that this government will have the willpower to at least tell Nigerians that X amount is guilty, X amount has been convicted of such crimes, so that we can have faith in the government. It's not just telling us that this person is this person is that, and all that. And at the end of the day, nothing comes out of it. But we believe that Nigeria is set on the move for greatness again.
The judiciary is one of the three arms of government. The Supreme Court, also referred to as the Apex Court, is situated in the FCT. The Supreme Court consists of the Chief Justice of Nigeria and 15 other justices. Its original jurisdiction is any dispute between the Federation and a state, or between states. It also has the jurisdiction to hear and determine appeals from the Court of Appeal. The National Stadium was officially commissioned on the 8th of April 2003. It was constructed to host the 8th All-African Games, which took place in October 2003. The stadium has a capacity of over 60,000 and is a multipurpose ultra-modern sports complex. NNPC Towers, Abuja, is the corporate headquarters of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. It was established in 1977. The corporation is charged with the exploration of crude oil, refining petrochemicals, as well as transportation and marketing of crude products. National Hospital is the brainchild of Mariam Abacha, the wife of the former head of state, General Sani Abacha. The hospital was formally established under Decree 36 of 1999. It was commissioned on the 22nd of May by Abdusalami Abubakar. The Central Bank of Nigeria was established by the CBN Act of 1958 and commenced operation on the 1st of July 1959. The major regulatory objectives of the bank, as stated in the CBN Act of 1958, is to maintain the external reserves of the country, promote monetary stability and a sound financial environment, and to act as a banker of the last resort and also a financial advisor to the federal government.
Yes, I'm back home in front of the Nigerian Television Authority headquarters, NTA, the Africa's largest TV network. Like I said, I'm back home and I'm already feeling at home. And you would all agree with me that NTA, is in all the states in Nigeria, 36 states, which is no joke, I would say. I would say it's a symbol representing, NTA bringing Nigerians together as one. We are there covering every tribe, every religion, every tradition, just depicting Nigeria itself. Well, scrolling on your screen is our Facebook and our Twitter addresses, so you can follow us on Twitter, and also you can send pictures of yourself in any of the national places of interest in Abuja or also outside Abuja, so that we're going to use it in our subsequent episodes of Window on Abuja. Well, I hope you had a good time with us today. Please, if you did,